first. So today we're going to take a look at Kier, First Sword of Death. This is a Sideshow original IP from the Court of the Dead. Quick lore is that there are 3 factions in this IP. There's Bone, Flesh, and Spirit, and they all report to death. I don't really know if that's true. That's what I've gathered from my small attempts in research over this IP. And Kier here is part of the Spirit faction, and she's like Death's bruiser, Death's hitman, or she gets shit done for Death. I did a review of the light Kier for this, the good Kier, a while back, and for some reason it's got 10,000 views, which is weird. So I wonder if lightning can strike twice, so I'm going to review the original Kier, the angry Kier, the Death Kier, the very, very kick-ass Kier. So this is the box. A short history of Kier is I think she's a twin, but for some reason she's an abomination when she came out, and the Valkyries basically threw her out, saying you're ugly, so they kicked her out of whatever Valhalla place they were at, and Death found her. And after that, Death trained her to be a warrior, because in the end she's still a Valkyrie, even though she's like messed up and kind of weird looking. She's still a Valkyrie, so she has all the strengths and attributes of a Valkyrie. So he trained her to be a killer, and that's what she does in this IP, and she kills her sisters for vengeance. So that's a quick little history. Sideshow does have small comics on their website if you guys want to take a look at that. So yeah, with that being said, let's take a look at this angry girl. So this is Kier in all her glory, and this is a very, very tall figure. She's pretty tall. I think she's taller than your average hot toy. And one of the downsides for this figure is she does not come with a holder. She comes with a base, and that's it. She doesn't have something to clamp her down onto the base, so that kind of sucks. So what I've done here is I did a little DIY thing. I just stuck a little doll holder thing. These things are used to hold dolls, like makeshift dolls, so I did that to just hold her steady, so hopefully it'll work. And this is Kier in all her weird TB League squishiness. The light Kier is more squishier than this Kier. This Kier has some hard bits like her hands and her feet. They're hard plastic, but the light Kier, everything's squishy on that girl. But yeah, this is Kier, all her pale blue-gray glory, and got some blood stains on her. Very busty figure. Let's see if I could take a side. Yeah, she's well endowed. She's top heavy. My wife keeps, commenting like, why they make fucking warriors with big tits? Because that shit gets in the way when you're holding a sword and stuff. And I tend to agree, but you're a guy. You like to look at the ladies, which is fine, but she always comments like, how is she gonna go into battle with tits flopping around? So yeah, this is the conversations I have with my wife when we look at our collection. So this is Kier. Let's see if I could I'm really scared of her toppling over because she did that before. So in the light Kier, she does have wings, but the original Kier, the badass Kier, her wings are, I think, chopped off, or they never grew, because what she has now are like little nubs. If you guys could see, if I could turn this girl around, they're like little nubs. She doesn't have wings. She doesn't have Valkyrie wings because she was banished. She was thrown out. She was not cool enough to hang out with the cool Valkyries. So this is her. I got this at a super cheap price. I wasn't into the Court of the Dead. I'm not into Sideshow, but this seller was selling it for way, way below market price. And I just wanted to take a look at her. And besides the squishiness of her, she really looks cool with all her stuff. And with that being said, let's take a look at her stuff. Sword. collar armor, ankle armor, shoulder guard, wrist guard, bracelet, another bracelet, mask, flaming skull, feet, hand, cape. And here's the stuff the badass Kier comes with. It's not a lot, but when you honestly put all these things on her, it does fill her out pretty nicely. So let's take a look at her honking sword. This is not die cast, unfortunately it's basically plastic. But you could see all the detail there. The demon skull, the bodies of the hilt. Oh shit, yeah, it's made of bodies. The hilt is made of like twisted bodies. So you got the handle there, then you got a little naked person there, naked lady. Let's see if I can do it here. A little naked Valkyrie, I guess. And then you can see her butt. It's very nice though. I wish it was die cast though. But I think I know why it's not die cast, because if it was, it'd be shit heavy. There's no weathering on this sword. It's basically a nice clean steel. Which, yeah, I think this one should have been like chipped and beaten up, because she is like a vengeful, very vengeful person. If you see the Sideshow statues of Kier, you know what I'm talking about. She's very brutal. So having the sword maybe chipped or maybe have some blood on it would have helped the character a bit. Helped the design of the character, but can't complain. This is a pretty detailed sword and pretty big as well. I mean, look at that. Yeah, this is her sword. So next is her collar piece here. So this, you just basically put this on her collar and just sits there. There's no plug-in points. There are slits where you put the cape through, just like the light Kier. I think this is the same sculpt as the light Kier. I think they're both the same sculpt and in terms of like design of the collar and all that. It's just different coloring. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's the same. It's just a different color. So this is her collar piece. So it just sits on her shoulders and you're good to go. I don't know if that's intentional or it's that paint rub. Yeah. Next is her what do you call it? Wrist armor, wrist sword, wrist thingy. This is not easy to put on her because she's made of that squishy TB League silicone thing. So when you try to put it in, it kind of bunches up here. So you really have to tease it in. That's what she said. So this is the weird kind of wrist armor. I don't know how you could impale someone with that, but I guess that's a design choice. So yeah, I wish there would be a little more weathering, because right now it's just one solid plastic. There's not a lot of color onto this. I mean, the light here has, I'm looking at right now, yeah, it has some like white, gold, brown. This one has, yeah, it's basically one solid color with little hints of different shades. Is that a person? No. Is this depicting something? Oh look, there's a little skull there, dancing. Yeah, so this is her wrist piece, her wrist armor piece, her wrist thingy bob. Next we have her ankle armor. Now these are fun to put on. Like I said before, her skin is that silicone thing, so it does bunch up when I try to, what's upside down? They do bunch up when you try to stick them in. So what I do, I put these guys in hot water, and then that makes them more flexible, and that makes them more easier to slip them onto her little silicone leg thing, mabob thing. Because if you don't do that, you really have to pry these things open and stick them on. And that could damage the silicone skin this Kier has, and my Kier has some silicone damage already. I'll show you guys that in a minute. Well, yeah, there's her little ankle armor thingy. She doesn't have any shoes because she's badass like that. So, but she does need ankle because, you know, have you ever been kicked in the ankles before? It fucking hurts. And of course, it does have left and right, so you know which one goes where. So there you go. Ankle armor pieces. So next you have her shoulder pieces. Again, I'm gonna repeat myself. These are not fun to put on her because they have little rubber bits, and these rubber bits are already at their maximum. I mean, look at it. It's already turning yellow, and it's going to be soon when these things just start to disintegrate. So what I usually do is you can unclip them. Yeah, they unclip, so there's like a little button thing there. So I just thread this one first, and I just clip them on when they're, how do you say, in place. Let's see if I can do this on camera. Uno. There we go. So it clips nicely, but it's a bitch to get on her. Truthfully, it takes me a good while because the skin, man, the TB Lig skin is so weird. I still can't get over how weird it is. So this is let's see if I could get a slow close up on this. So you got some scully wallies there, you got some rock formations or some horn formation, bone formation. I mean, you don't really see these details when you're displaying these figures, but when you do a close up on them, you get to see a lot of love and care. You know, like these skulls. Did they really have to put them there? I mean, would people notice it? So yeah, this is her left one, and of course left and right, so it's all labeled so you don't have to fidget about. So these are her shoulder pieces. Very, very orky looking. Ugh. Next we have, let's take a look at the mask. Now this mask is obviously of a demon. I don't know what demon it is, but this is probably a level 10 demon with the horns. It's probably a demon of corn or something, but you know, it has some dangly bits there, and you could see the teeth, you could see the eyes, you could see all that symbols and all that. This magnetizes onto her face, so there won't be any paint rub, so you don't have to worry about that. You just basically place it and it'll just stick. It sticks very nicely. It's not loose at all, but it's not tight enough. Like, it will fall off if you jostle her around, but it will stay in place. So this is the demon's horny things. I like how uneven these things are. It just adds to the character. I mean, if everything was so symmetrical, it looks boring, but the fact that they made it all weird looking, it probably broke off at some point, but the way it's uneven and all that, very nice choice. So yeah, this is the skull. This is a Scully Wooly. Very Scully Wooly armor, Scully Wooly attire for this lady. So yeah, it's not heavy, it's pretty light, so it doesn't fall off, but don't jostle the figure around. So next we have the flaming skull. Now this skull, you have to use one of these hands to grip it, and each finger goes into each hole. Wait, I think this only works on one hand, that one. So if I were to do this on camera, oh dear. So I usually get it. There we go. So it's like that. She's basically like death gripping it. I can't really get all of them in. You bastard. You bastard. Here we go. So all fingers are in, and she's willing to throw this at you or just show you what happens when you cross her. It's a very nice flaming skull. Look at that. Look at that effect. I don't know how to pose her, like throwing this or holding it like this. It doesn't make sense if she's holding it like that because the flame is going down. So I just basically have a relaxed arm, and it's just in her hand and it's just flaming upwards. So that's it. And this is the only hand that could grip this skull. As you can see, each hole is catered to each finger. One more close up. Yeah, there we go. There you go. There's the flaming skull of Kier. This is what happens when you eat her lunch, even though her name is on the box. So there, I'm gonna put that there. Ooh. Then we have two, I guess, jewelry. This is the same as the light Kier. It's like a weird demon guy thing. Oh, it's a face. I don't think the one on the light Kier is a face. I think it's something else, but it's the same design. Like, it's very horny. That's what she said. Then we have a bracelet, which I think is the same as the light Kier. It's just a bunch of skulls, skeletons in a ring. These two are pretty easy to put on her. You just slip it on, it's good to go. Then we got some feats. Let's see. Yeah, then we got some feats. I don't know if this, because I bought mine secondhand, so I got some wear on one of my feet. So I don't know if this came out like this, or it's because of the previous owner got a little overzealous with this figure. But she's got some feet. Let's see. Yeah, nothing to talk about really. It's feet. It's not squishy feet. These are hard plastic feet. They won't flex. They won't. Yeah, so it's basically like that. It's not really squishy like the light here. It's hard plastic. And then we have the tiptoe feet here. These, yeah, she's got some blister there. So I don't know if this is factory error or because of the previous owner, but I'm thinking it's the previous owner because these feet look a little worse for wear. So these are like the tippy toe feet. She like to tip on a rock or something if you want to pose her like that. I usually use these feet like she's tiptoeing. She like tiptoeing to kill you. Yeah, again, it's not, these are hard plastics. Look at those toes. Too bad those toenails aren't like painted, you know? It's just one solid color throughout. So yeah, I use these feet because it makes the figure a bit taller. Then we got her relaxed hands. Again, they're not as squishy as the light here, but they are malleable. They're hard. I mean, they're hard, but they're not super soft like the other light Kier guy thing we have. So we've got some nails. Look at those nails. Yep, got some hands. You can see that she got some detail there. It's very nice. Both the same. Oh, this one's not really cut through. I don't know if that's on purpose. But those are her relaxed hands. And this is her sword wielding hands. Again, same paint apps, you know. It's a bit... It looks chocolatey on camera, but it's actually like dark red. Let me see. Yeah, it's like purple red thing. It's not really, you know, brown. Oh. And lastly we have, I don't know what this is really. Like she's holding something. She's casting something. Don't know, it's like so this is like her hiss finger, her hiss arm pose. So yeah, this is her his hand. And oh yeah, we got her cape. Cape, yeah, nothing to really talk about. I mean, it's dirty. I like that added dirt and detail onto the cape. It hangs very well. It depends on how you tie it, really. It's got some patterns on the inside. I don't know if this is the same as the light here. Let me look. Huh, they kind of look the same. Because the light here, I thought the cape was white, but it's actually the same. Let me see. Yeah, it looks... I'm pretty sure it's not the same, but I think it's the same pattern on the inside, just different colors. So this is her cape. It is wired, so if you guys want to, you know, mess around with that, the bottom part is wired. And you get to see all the dirt. And there, I think that's it, including her base. That's all she comes with. So let's stick all this junk onto this angry girl. So before we stick the stuff onto Kier, let's take a look at Kier herself. So this is the TB League, the weird squishy body. They are known for what they're popular for. And for me, I don't really like TV League bodies. They're just really weird. And I don't think they could last a long time. As you can see, mine is already suffering from dents here from the armor, shoulder armor I placed onto Kier. So this will happen over time. It's been out. I took the armor out for 2 hours, hoping it will form back, but no. Those dents are there, and they're not going away. Let's see if I can, yeah, if you could see that, those dents are there. You could even see the strap where it was strapped in. So I'm getting little dents here and there on her, and this TB League stuff is not for me, truthfully. I mean, if you guys like it, okay, but not for me. As you can see, mine is also starting to deteriorate. This happens because I keep removing the hands because I want different hands, but after a few times it starts to stretch and starts to degrade. So this is what happens, and this really sucks because I don't know how to fix that at all. As you can see, there is some, well, not a whole lot, but where damage is pretty substantial. Like this one, if you guys could see. Yeah, look at that. That's very attractive. I don't know why that happened because I usually stick Kier in a very stoic pose, no dynamic poses at all, just to avoid that. But she's getting some damages here and there. I mean, she's getting like little weird dents. Like, I don't know if you can see on her thigh here, there's like a little dent there. And like little stretch marks. So if you guys like TB League, let me know on how to handle these little dings I get. But yeah, she's a very squishy girl. You can see, squish, squish, squish. She's getting a little sticky too. Like her thigh area, it's a bit sticky. So if you guys know how to stop that stickiness from happening, because I'm pretty sure that stickiness will be even more sticky as the months roll on. Her boobies are squishy. My wife likes to do that when she comes into my room. Yeah, that's about it really. Her feet aren't squishy. I mean, they're not. Yeah, they're pretty hard. The light Kier, the good Kier, yeah, everything about her is fucking squishy. Even her feet. But this Kier is pretty. Like her hands are pretty hard. So yeah. So yeah, that's the TB League body for you. I don't know if you guys are suffering the same thing, and if you are, let me know how to fix that. If there is no fixing it, then oh well. I did get this lady for cheap, so I'm not really heartbroken, but at the same time, you know, I don't know how long she will last over time. I don't know how, like, maybe one day I'll look in the cabinet, her this whole part is just ripped apart. I don't know. So let me know. Let's see if I can sit her down. Yeah, there we go, Kier. Let's go put some stuff on you. So here's Kier all kitted up, and you can't deny how badass this figure looks. With all the armor pieces, her weapons, and that flaming skull beside her, it really, 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 really looks nice. And I think the cape really helps the flow of this figure. I mean, without the cape, she will look a little empty, but with the cape, with everything, she really looks domineering. She really looks like she could really kill you. Her eyes are a bit wonky though, if I didn't mention that before. I mean, it looks like she's looking in two different directions. Maybe that's how warriors look. So, you know, you're covering all your bases. I had problems with the armor pieces, of course. For some reason, the ankles, the first time I put them on were the hardest to put on, but for some reason this time it was super easy to put on. But the shoulder guards were a bitch to put on. It took a long time for me to put it on, really. I was so freaked out because of the skin, because again, when you're putting it on, when you're trying to nudge it upwards, it feels like you're tearing the skin, but you're really not. So you have to really get past that. But I was able to do it, and yeah, it looks really nice. Other than that, the armor pieces, besides the shoulder guards, everything else slips on very nicely. There's no fudging about. Even the wrist gauntlet was pretty easy to put on. So this is her, Kier. Look at that cape. Look at that dirty cape. Sorry about this. I mean, I can't help it because it doesn't come with a stand. It doesn't come with that pole with the clampy things. It doesn't come with that for some reason. But the what do you call it? The light Kier has it. Don't know why they didn't put it for this Kier. So I had to DIY my own. Look at that. So let's put on her signature mask. Ooh. Yeah, so it just sticks on there really nicely, really secure. It doesn't paint rub, it doesn't scratch anything. You just stick it on, it's good to go. And yeah, look at that. This image alone, basically, it bought me. I bought you. It got me, really. I mean, when I saw this, like, I got to have it because I have a fascination with figures with masks for some reason. I don't know why. If they have like masks or helmets, I'm drawn to it for some reason. I guess it's because of the mystery of it. You don't know who this person is. It's like, you know, like the Mandalorian. Before he took his helmet off, you were really captivated by the character. You wanted to know who he is, what makes him tick, what is his likes, his dislikes. So, you know, that's why I like things in masks and helmets and stuff, because it makes me envision the character in my own way. Wow, am I rambling? I'm rambling, am I? So, rambling aside, maybe let's do a comparison with her and the light Kier. That's gonna be fun to take out of the cabinet. And here are the two Kiers. Sorry about the whole look. I don't know. It looks kind of orange, yellow in my screen. So it's one of those things where my phone picks up a face, it starts to freak out and turn everything orange. I don't know how to switch that off, so bear with me. So you got the light Kier, the alternate timeline Kier, then you got the badass original I'll kill you Kier. And look at that. Look at this wingspan as well. I don't know if I said it before in my other review, but this thing is huge. It's not heavy at all, but it does take up a lot of space. I mean, look at that. Yeesh. So this is the light Kier, and this is the dark original Kier that will kill you, and that was trained by death. So these are both very nice TB League figures from Sideshow. There is one more. Her name is Gethenemy or something. I don't like the look of this character at all. It looks too porny for me, truthfully. I mean, she doesn't come with much at all. I mean, this is basically what you're getting. And she does have a cool crown, but meh. I like these two because they have enough to make them look unique, you know? They are unique enough for me to have. I mean, they do really stand out in your collection. Unfortunately, they don't really stand out in my collection because I have too many figures as it is, so they kind of drowned in that. But if you have these two on their own shelf, yeah, they will demand presence. I don't think these guys are rare. I don't think so because, you know, it's Sideshow. I don't think they're limited in stock, but there will come a time where these guys will be really expensive. I got this for super cheap. I got this for retail. I got this girl out of whim because of the mask and the whole look. I got this just to complete the set, really. But both armors are the same. Their chest pieces are the same. Ankle pieces are the same. The swords are the same. The bracelets are the same. Only difference is, of course, their skin tone, and this one has more makeup than that one. She got more squishy feet. Squishy feet? She's more squishier than that one, I guess. So there are similarities, but the differences are more, if that makes sense to you guys. I mean, look at them. They're two completely different figures, truthfully. So that's why I got both of them. I mean, if it was just a repaint of one another, I would not have gotten. I hate repaints, but these two are individualistic enough for me. So yeah. With that being said, maybe let's take a closer look at these young ladies, scary ladies. Let's just take a closer look at them. So here's a close-up of Kier herself. Never mind that scuffage you see on her hairline. That's not because of the mask. That's because I dropped her a while ago, so that's my fault. But this is her. This is her face. Very scary face. You can see like she has tattoos on her chin. And her eyes are a bit wonky. They're not really looking at a fixed point unless you have her looking like this, I guess. But they're kind of wonky a bit. Her armor pieces do fit her very well. They don't look loose at all. They look very tight, except for a collar piece. That's because of the cape, really. I need to figure out how to make that more flush with the cape. But you can't deny the detail that went into all this. Very nice piece. And got her ankle armors here, there. Very nice. And her huge ass base. Very heavy base. Yeah, freaks me out every time I try to put it in the detolf because it's that heavy. So let's put her mask on. There we go. And it sticks on like that. Easy. No fuss, no muss. Easy 1, 2, 3. And that's how she looks like. Very nice. And I guess this is the light here if you guys want to take a look at her again. All dolled up with makeup. And she has purple eyes, which is kind of unique. Because I guess this one is like a dead, more deader Valkyrie. This is more lively Valkyrie. And her armor piece is the same as what you see. They are both the same, just colored differently. Like shoulder piece or collar piece is the same as that. And you know, just bits in here are the same. They are the same but different, if that makes sense to anybody. So yeah, with that being said, let's take a look at the squishy feet again. Squishy feet. Look how squishy that is. Her feet are hard, so you can't do that. Anyways, very nice figures from TB League. I think these are the only TB League figures I'm ever gonna get because I really don't know how to take care of these figures. I don't know how to keep them more, make their rubbery skin last. Because as you can see, this one is already getting some dents, some rips. So I don't know when that's gonna happen to this lady over here. So I think I'm good on TB League. Unless you do more Court of the Dead stuff, but you know, there is one more, like I said before, the Gethsemane one, but I don't like that one. Yeah, these are the two Kiers. Who knows, maybe I'll get another TB League. I'm just hypothesizing here. So with that being said, maybe let's stick these two ladies on the shelf and see how they look. And this is where I'll stick Kier in the back, unfortunately. With the light Kier in the back as well. They're pretty large figures. And we got the three ladies of the three factions here. We got Zyal. Of course, we got Kier. And we got Gethsemane. Can never say her name properly. So these are the three head ladies of the three factions. So we got Bone, Spirit, and Flesh. So yeah, that ends my review over. Sorry, it's like way in the back there of Kier. Hope you guys appreciate it. If not, you know, let me know. I got some comments about the last one about me squishing this lady too much. So let me know if I squish this lady too much too. So with that being said, thanks for watching and go get 'em.